4 home exercises to regain leg strength. After 50. Maybe your thighs look slimmer than before, your knees ache more often, or your balance isn't quite what it used to be. Even simple daily activities, like climbing the stairs, standing up from a chair, or walking across the room, can feel more challenging than they should. If this sounds familiar, you're not the only one. Millions of men and women over the age of 50 experience the same gradual decline in lower body strength. For many, the first piece of advice they hear is, just walk more. Aim for 10,000 steps a day. And while walking is certainly beneficial for your heart, lungs, and general mobility, there's an uncomfortable truth. Walking alone will not rebuild the real strength that your legs need. It doesn't fully activate or restore the powerful muscles in your thighs, glutes, and calves that naturally weaken as you age. Without direct strengthening work, the weakness you feel today can progress into much bigger issues tomorrow. Frequent falls, painful fractures, and even a dangerous loss of independence. It's no wonder that doctors often warn, death begins in the legs. That's how vital strong legs are for healthy aging. The good news? You don't need a gym membership, pricey equipment, or long, complicated workout plans to turn this around. In fact, the solution is surprisingly simple. Today, I want to share with you 4 highly effective exercises you can do right at home to rebuild strength in your legs. These movements specifically target the areas that decline the fastest after age 50. Your thighs, glutes, calves, and the smaller stabilizing muscles that keep you steady and confident on your feet. And there's more. These exercises don't just build muscle strength. They also improve your blood circulation, enhance your balance, and sharpen your coordination. All 3 are crucial if you want to stay active, mobile, and pain-free for years to come. So, before we dive into the exercises themselves, I'd love to know, what's your name and where are you watching from? Drop a comment below. It's always inspiring to see people from every corner of the world taking their health seriously and reclaiming their independence, one step at a time. Exercise 1. Standing calf raises. We'll start with one of the most overlooked muscle groups, the calves. Many people think of the calves as just show muscles that give shape to the lower leg, but in reality, they are far more important than most realize. Your calves are the foundation of your mobility, balance, and even your circulation. In fact, doctors often refer to them as the body's second heart. Why? Because each time you walk, those muscles contract and act like a pump, pushing blood upward against gravity and helping it return to your heart. Here's why this matters so much after 50. As calf muscles weaken with age, circulation slows. This can cause blood to pool in your lower legs, which often leads to swelling, varicose veins, and even more serious circulatory problems. But the impact doesn't stop there. Weak calves also make you more vulnerable to one of the biggest dangers of aging: falls. Research backs this up. A study published in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy discovered that older adults with stronger, well-conditioned calves experienced nearly 30% fewer falls compared to those with weaker calves. That is a massive difference. Every step you take relies on your calves to stabilize your ankles and help you keep your balance. Without that strength, even a small stumble could quickly turn into a dangerous fall. So, how do you build that strength back? The answer is surprisingly simple. Standing calf raises. Here's how to do them. Stand tall with your feet about shoulder width apart. Place your hands on a wall, table, or sturdy chair if you need support. Keep your spine straight, eyes forward, and slowly rise up onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels as high as possible. At the top, pause for 2 full seconds, feeling your calf muscles squeeze tightly. Then, just as slowly, lower your heels back down to the floor, allowing them to stretch fully at the bottom. This stretch and contract motion is what makes calf raises so powerful. Most people cheat themselves by doing fast, shallow reps where the heels barely leave the ground. That shortcut eliminates almost all of the benefit. The key is to move slowly, use a full range of motion, and focus on the squeeze at the top and the stretch at the bottom. If you're just starting out, aim for 2 sets of 10 repetitions. As your strength improves, increase to 3 sets of 15. Once that feels manageable, you can progress to single leg calf raises, which are far more challenging. Not only do they build strength more quickly, but they also train your balance and stability at the same time, skills that are essential for staying active and independent. Exercise 2. Bulgarian Split Squat. Now let's move on to one of the most powerful and effective lower body movements you can do at home, the Bulgarian Split Squat. Unlike regular squats, this exercise trains each leg individually, and that's exactly what makes it so valuable, especially for people over 50. As we age, nearly everyone develops some degree of imbalance between the left and right leg. One side becomes stronger and more dominant, while the other lags behind. You may not consciously notice this in everyday movements, but over time, these imbalances add up. They can contribute to nagging knee pain, hip discomfort, changes in walking patterns, and in some cases even increase your risk of falling. By working one leg at a time, the Bulgarian split squat forces both sides of the body to share the load equally, correcting those imbalances and creating stability from the ground up. Another reason this exercise is so powerful is its ability to target the gluteus medius, a muscle located on the side of your hip. This muscle is often neglected in traditional strength routines, yet it plays a critical role in balance, posture, and the health of your hips and knees. In fact, research shows that people with weak gluteus medius muscles are much more likely to experience hip and knee injuries. For adults over 50, strengthening this area is one of the most important steps you can take to protect your joints and maintain mobility. Here's how to perform it correctly. Stand about one step in front of a sturdy surface such as a bench, sofa, or chair. Place the top of one foot behind you on the support, keeping the other foot planted firmly on the floor. Engage your core, straighten your back, and look forward. Slowly bend your front knee and lower your body until your front thigh is nearly parallel to the floor. Keep your chest lifted, shoulders back, and make sure your front knee stays aligned with your toes. Press firmly through your front heel to rise back up to the starting position. Form is everything with this exercise. The most common mistakes include letting the front knee cave inward, allowing it to drift too far over the toes, or leaning your torso forward. These errors shift stress onto the joints and lower back rather than the muscles you're trying to strengthen. Always aim to stay tall and balanced, moving with control instead of rushing through the reps. If you're a beginner, start with 2 sets of 8 repetitions per leg, resting about 90 seconds between sets. Once you feel stronger, work up to 3 sets of 12 repetitions. And when body weight alone feels too easy, you can increase the challenge by holding light household items such as water bottles, grocery bags, or small dumbbells. Over time, you'll notice the benefits: stronger thighs and glutes, improved balance, and less strain on your knees when tackling everyday activities like climbing stairs or standing from a chair. Exercise 3. Isometric Glute Bridge. Now it's time to target the glutes, the powerhouse of your lower body. The glute muscles are not only the largest muscles in the human body, but they are also among the most important for movement, posture, and overall strength. Unfortunately, they also happen to be the ones that weaken the fastest with age. When your glutes lose strength, the consequences ripple throughout the body. You may notice a change in posture, more frequent lower back pain, and reduced mobility in everyday activities. In fact, research shows that nearly 80% of people with chronic lower back pain also have weak or inactive glutes. That's why the isometric glute bridge is such a valuable exercise. It's simple, doesn't require any equipment, and directly activates the glutes, helping to restore strength and stability where you need it most. Here's how to perform it correctly. Lie flat on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, positioned about hip width apart. Place your arms comfortably at your sides for support. Press your heels firmly into the ground and tighten your glutes. Slowly lift your hips upward until your body forms a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Hold this position for 15 to 30 seconds, breathing steadily throughout. Lower your hips back down with control, then reset for the next hold. The secret to making this exercise effective is intentional contraction. Don't just lift your hips. Actively squeeze your glutes as hard as possible. A good mental cue is to imagine you're trying to crush a coin between your cheeks. That's the level of engagement you should feel. Be mindful of common mistakes. Many people arch their lower back excessively instead of engaging the glutes, which can create unnecessary strain on the spine. Others fail to lift their hips high enough, reducing the effectiveness of the move. To avoid these errors, keep your knees pointed forward, your core braced, and your body aligned in a straight line at the top of the movement. For beginners, start with 5 holds of 15 seconds each, resting about 30 seconds between attempts. As your strength improves, gradually extend each hold to 30 seconds. Once you feel confident, progress to the more advanced variation, the single-leg glute bridge. In this version, you extend one leg straight out while keeping your hips lifted. This not only increases the challenge, but also corrects imbalances between the left and right side of the body. Over time, the isometric glute bridge will help you build stronger glutes, reduce lower back pain, improve posture, and make everyday movements, like walking, standing, and bending, feel smoother and easier. Exercise 4. Farmer's Walk. To finish, let's strengthen your body in motion with one of the most practical and effective exercises you can do, the Farmer's Walk. Inspired by the simple act of carrying heavy buckets or loads, this exercise mimics real-life movement patterns while challenging nearly every muscle in your body. It's not only excellent for building leg strength, but it also develops grip strength, posture, balance, and full-body coordination. In other words, it trains your body to stay strong and steady in the exact ways you need for daily living. Here's how to perform it. Find 2 objects of equal weight: grocery bags, water jugs, or dumbbells if you have them. Stand tall with your feet shoulder-width apart, core braced, and shoulders pulled down and back. Hold one weight in each hand at your sides, keeping your arms straight and relaxed. Begin walking forward with slow, deliberate steps, maintaining balance and posture as you move. Take about 20 steps forward, turn carefully, and walk the same distance back. The key challenge of the Farmer's Walk is maintaining perfect posture while under load. Many people make the mistake of leaning to one side, shrugging their shoulders, or letting the weight pull them forward. To avoid this, keep your eyes looking straight ahead and imagine there's a string gently lifting you upward from the crown of your head. This cue will help you stay tall, strong, and aligned from head to heel. What makes this exercise so powerful is its functionality. It directly translates to everyday tasks: carrying groceries, lifting laundry baskets, holding onto railings, or simply walking with stability on uneven ground. Unlike isolated exercises, the Farmer's Walk trains your stabilizing muscles in real time, teaching your body how to stay steady and coordinated while moving under resistance. For beginners, start with 3 sets of 20 steps. As your strength and endurance improve, gradually build up to 30 or even 40 steps per set. If the weights start to feel too easy, increase the load slightly to keep challenging your grip and core. Over time, you'll notice that not only do your legs feel stronger, but your confidence in carrying, lifting, and moving through daily life will grow as well. Bonus exercise: wall squat. If your joints feel sensitive, or if you're just getting started with strength training, the wall squat is a perfect beginner-friendly option. Unlike traditional squats that put more pressure on the knees and hips, this variation uses the wall as support, making it safer while still highly effective for building strength in the thighs, glutes, and core. Here's how to do it. Stand with your back pressed flat against a wall and your feet shoulder-width apart, about 12 inches away from the base. Slowly slide your back downward until your thighs are parallel to the ground, as though you are sitting in an invisible chair. Keep your knees directly above your ankles and avoid letting them cave inward. Hold this position for 20 to 30 seconds while breathing steadily, then press through your heels and slide back up to standing. What makes the wall squat so useful is its combination of joint friendliness and effectiveness. It minimizes stress on the knees while activating the large muscle groups that often weaken after 50. Over time, aim to build up to a 60-second hold. For extra challenge, try squeezing a pillow between your knees or holding light weights. A secret weapon: creatine. Here's something most people over 50 have never been told: creatine. For decades, this supplement has been associated almost exclusively with young bodybuilders chasing bigger muscles. But the truth is, creatine may be even more valuable for adults in their 50s, 60s, and beyond. Your body naturally produces creatine, but production declines with age. Lower levels mean less energy available for your muscles, which contributes directly to the gradual loss of strength and lean tissue over time. This is one reason why activities that once felt effortless, like climbing stairs or carrying groceries, begin to feel harder. Recent research has revealed something remarkable. Adults over 60 who consistently supplement with 3 to 5 grams of creatine daily not only increase muscle strength, but also experience improvements in brain health, memory, and overall vitality. Creatine helps draw water into muscle cells, making them more hydrated and resilient. It also speeds up recovery after exercise and lowers the risk of injury by giving your muscles extra energy to perform and repair. And let's clear up an old myth. In healthy people, creatine does not damage the kidneys. When combined with the 4 home exercises above, creatine becomes a powerful tool to accelerate results, restore energy, and keep your body and mind sharp. Thank you for staying with me all the way to the end. By now, you understand just how important your legs are. They're not just muscles. They're your foundation for mobility, balance, and independence. Strong legs mean freedom. The freedom to walk confidently, to climb stairs without pain, to enjoy travel, play with your grandchildren, and continue doing the things you love well into your 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond. The exercises we covered, along with the bonus tips and the secret of creatine, are simple, safe, and proven to rebuild strength where it matters most. You don't need a gym, expensive equipment, or hours of training. What you do need is consistency. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these exercises are you most excited to try first? Drop your answer in the comments below.